In the Nightmare Realm prison, Bill Cipher spends his days in solitude when suddenly a blue square in a hat appears. "Hello, brother. Time to go," Tad Strange says calmly. "Tad? How did you—" Bill can't believe his eyes. "I'll explain on the way." We don't have much time. Tad activates the resonance crystal and the prison walls crack. The brothers combine their forces. Bill's chaos and Tad's order create a portal directly into the real world. They materialize in the Gravity Falls forest. Bill is weakened, his powers reduced to a third of what they were. "Where are we?" Bill asks. "Gravity Falls. But more time has passed than I thought." At the Mystery Shack, 18-year-old Dipper studies an artifact while Mabel helps Seuss with tourists. Seeing familiar figures in the doorway, Dipper jumps up. "Bill Cipher!" "Wait," Tad says quickly. "We come in peace." "Who are you?" Mabel asks. "Tad Strange, Bill's brother. I'm here to make sure he doesn't cause harm anymore." Bill looks humble. "I didn't come to fight. I came to talk." "What do you want?" Dipper asks. "To fix what I did." Suddenly, the shack shakes. Tourist screams outside. Shadow creatures crawl from the forest. Reality eaters. "What are those?" Mabel shouts. "Parasites from interdimensional void," Tad explains. "Our escape attracted them." The creatures surround the shack, their touch making objects disappear. "How do we stop them?" Dipper asks. "Need a source of pure energy," Bill answers. "But I don't have enough power." "And I don't have enough chaos," Tad adds. Mabel understands. "You need to work together." "All of us together." Dipper hesitates but sees the creatures approaching tourists. "Fine. But if you try anything—" "I won't," Bill says seriously. They form a circle. Bill and Tad combine forces. Dipper uses his paranormal knowledge. Mabel becomes the emotional center. Their energy creates a wave of light, throwing the creatures back into the void. The portal slams shut. "What a day," Seuss says. Bill turns to the twins. "Thank you. You could have left me to be torn apart." "We're not like that," Mabel replies. "But that doesn't mean we trust you." "I understand, and I'm ready to earn that trust." Dipper studies the brothers. "If you want to stay, we have conditions." "What kind?" "No magic without permission, no manipulation, complete honesty." Bill nods. "Agreed." The episode ends with the brothers getting shelter in the shack's basement. Outside the window, the sun sets over Gravity. Dipper and Mabel return to Gravity Falls after 6 months. They ride in a bus through the snowy forest. Mabel wears a new winter sweater with a Christmas tree. Dipper looks out the window, thinking about last summer. The bus stops at the Mystery Shack. Seuss runs out to meet them. He's wearing Grunkle Stan's fez. They hug, happy to see each other. Seuss tells them he's now the owner of the shack. Everything's going well. Melody is making hot chocolate inside. Wendy is there too, waves at them. They go inside the shack. It's warm, cozy. The fireplace is burning. They drink chocolate, talk about school and life in California. Mabel shows new photos of Waddles. Seuss shows new exhibits for tourists. Dipper asks about Bill Cipher's statue. Seuss says it's still in the forest. Locals are afraid to go there. They say strange things happen around the statue in winter. Snow doesn't settle on it. Dipper decides to go check. Mabel doesn't want to, but goes with him. Seuss joins too. They put on jackets and go into the forest. They walk through the snow for about 20 minutes. The forest is quiet, cold. Branches creak. Dipper takes out Journal 3, checks the map. They come out to a clearing. Bill's statue stands in the middle of a circle without snow. Stone, gray-yellow, with an outstretched hand. One eye, top hat, bow tie, everything as it was. Around the statue is a perfect circle of bare ground. Snow doesn't touch it. Mabel says it's creepy. Seuss agrees. Dipper comes closer, studies the statue, checks the journal. It says Bill was destroyed in Grunkle Stan's mind. Suddenly it gets colder. The air changes. Dipper hears quiet laughter. Turns to Mabel and Seuss. They hear it too. A crack appears on the statue's hand, then another. The stone starts to crumble. Pieces hang in the air. Golden light breaks through from the statue. Dipper yells for everyone to back away. Tries to pull Mabel and Seuss away, but can't move. His legs won't obey. The light gets brighter. The statue explodes. Golden flames fill the clearing. A triangular silhouette appears in the center. Bill Cipher materializes in the air. "Miss me, kids," says Bill. His voice echoes through the forest. He floats above them, flickering between gold and blue. His eye rotates, looking at each of them. Dipper yells that this is impossible. Bill was destroyed. Bill laughs, says the mind prison couldn't hold him. Winter in Gravity Falls is his time. He's back. Bill rises higher. The trees around start shaking. Snow falls from branches. His laughter gets louder. He says, "Welcome back to Gravity Falls." A year has passed since the events of Weird Mageddon. 14-year-old Dipper and Mabel Pines return to Gravity Falls for summer vacation once again. Ford and Stanley have sailed away on their ship, Stan O'War, to travel the seas, leaving the Mystery Shack under Seuss's management. He's now the rightful owner, proudly wearing a new red shirt with Mr. Mystery written on it, trying his best to maintain the family business. Dipper has noticeably matured and become more confident, but his drive to solve mysteries hasn't faded. Mabel has kept her optimism, though there's now a hint of teenage maturity in her behavior. They nostalgically reminisce about last year's adventures and decide to visit the place where Bill Cipher's statue once stood. Making their way through the familiar forest, the twins emerge into that very clearing. But instead of the stone triangle, they're met with only an empty depression in the ground, overgrown with fresh grass. The statue has vanished without a trace. Dipper puzzledly examines the spot where it should have been, while Mabel tries to find at least some fragments. "Strange," Dipper mutters, running his hand over the ground. There aren't even traces that the statue was moved. It's like it just dissolved. Mabel circles the clearing, peering behind every tree. Maybe someone stole it. Though who would want a statue of an evil triangle? Suddenly, the air begins to shimmer with bluish light, and the temperature around them noticeably drops. The leaves on the trees rustle without wind, and the ground beneath their feet vibrates slightly. Dipper instinctively grabs Mabel's hand, and they press their backs together. A strange figure begins to materialize before them. First, a faint blue glow appears, then the contours become clearer. It's a blue square with a single eye in the center, surrounded by a soft radiance. Unlike Bill's aggressive aura, this being emanates calmness. "Don't be afraid," the creature says in a melodic, almost sad voice. "I won't harm you." Dipper and Mabel freeze, unable to believe their eyes. The shape is very similar to Bill, but completely different in feeling. "Greetings, young pines," the blue square continues, slowly turning to each of them. "My name is Tad Strange. I am the brother of the one you knew as Bill Cipher." Mabel gasps and covers her mouth with her hands, while Dipper instinctively takes a step back, shielding his sister. His eyes narrow and suspicion sounds in his voice. "Bill's brother. How can we trust you? Your brother almost destroyed the entire world." Tad sadly tilts his square form, and his single eye closes for a moment. "I understand your concerns, and I'm here precisely to correct my brother's mistakes.